Alafia, brothers and sisters. Oriire funo. Good tidings to you. I pray that you are feeling awake, aware, and elevated in mind, body, and spirit, wherever you are and whatever may be happening around you. Ashe, ashe, asheo. If you're striving to change your life by following the guidance of our ancestors, then you're in the right place. This is where we try to break things down to help you to expand your mind into the wisdom of the Ifa spiritual tradition of Ancestor and Orisa worship. And I'm grateful for your presence on this channel, for taking this journey with me. Itesi waju ati iso kan, progress and peace. Everything we share here is intended to assist you in making progress and finding peace and success in your life. Your goal, our goal, is consistent progress. Our target is perfection. Progress is what we experience on a day-to-day basis. We all just need to do the best that we can with the knowledge that we have to address any circumstance or condition that we face on our life journey. One day at a time, bit by bit, which is where we started out years ago with that first lecture on bit by bit. Ashe, ashe, asheo. Homage to the one who sends and to those who are sent. Homage to Orisha and Egun. If you're new to these video lessons, I'm Baba Umar, Oluranse Emese, voice of the MSA, member of the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs in Ile-Ife, Nigeria, Oluwo of the House of Umar, and Babalawo of Ile-Ife, Orisha, the House of the Mysteries of the Orisha. You can learn more about the MSA and the Isoro Council in the description section below and on our website. A link to the website is also in the description section below. Our topic for this video is the 16 Truths of Ifa, Truth 15, the Orisha live within us, Part 2. In addition to being a Babalawo and member of the Isoro Traditional Council of Chiefs, I'm also a sociologist by education. Sociology is the study of the development, structure, and functioning of human societies. My undergraduate social science degree emphasized sociology, cultural anthropology, and experimental psychology. I completed my master's degree in sociology, specializing in social change, social problems, and the sociology of health and illness, and then spent the next 3 decades teaching college-level courses, providing consulting services to businesses and agencies, and continuing my study, continuing to study and observe human societies and the driving forces of social change. I bring all of this background to my process of understanding and sharing the wisdom of the Ifa spiritual tradition of Ancestor and Orisa worship. This background provided me a powerful framework through which I could observe, experience, and affect the world. And I value that knowledge to this very day, all of it. However, in the 1990s, the mid-1990s, I was introduced to something, a way of thinking that enhanced the power and clarity of that earlier framework, broadening my insights by many orders of magnitude. The world I was observing became the loja, the marketplace, and the social phenomenon I was witnessing were not just sociological in nature, but were rooted in the spiritual laws of the Loja, as understood from the Ifa spiritual tradition of Ancestor and Orisha worship. The greatest shapers of social change on Ile-Ife, Mother Earth, are the Eniyan, human beings, you and me. No matter how many hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes, floods, fires, or droughts occur, no matter how much land is moved and reshaped, what ultimately sets the course of social change are the choices of the Enia, the people. What we see happening around the world today is an expression of the actions of the Orisha as something that exists out there, as we mentioned in our last lesson. But for true social transformation to occur, the forces of nature can act as facilitators, but it is the choices and actions of the Eniyan that will bring about the transformation of human societies. You are the key. The other aspect of the concept of Orisha is that which dwells within each human being. The potential energies of all of the Orisha are waiting for your elevated consciousness and expansion of your heart to unlock and clear the way for their expression. Every Ifa Babalawo and Ile-Ife, every Ifa devotee must understand in his or her mind, body, and spirit that it is our thoughts and choices that shape this reality. This understanding can be expressed in the saying, Emini olokun tienia, I am a teacher of the people. Whether I'm articulating words or simply setting an example by my own actions, the way I carry myself in the world, I'm always in the role of teaching the people. The role of the Babalawo and the Orisha is to use their natural gifts and talents to elevate the consciousness of the rest of the people so that Orisha can have a fertile field, an expansive repository through which to express their ashe. Ifa guides everyone to ask themselves three important questions. How and what am I feeding my body temple, my aura ojubo, to make it a conducive and favorable vessel to house the Ashe Ami, the energy signature of Orisha? Second, how and what am I feeding my mind, Inu, to make it more suitable to be a Moju Isale, a clear channel for the expression of Orisha's Obon wisdom and Agbara powers? And third, how and what am I feeding my spirit, Emme, so that I may be one who walks and talks with Orisha? Asheo. According to the Ifa corpus, the deities, the Orisha, lived on the earth and were responsible for the creation of Anion, human beings. In time, some of the Orisha mated with the Anion and produced children whose descendants are still with us today. There were also Anion who lived such lives that they were able to use the gateway of death to transform into Orisha. They were able to completely internalize and then manifest the isha'ro of the Oluranse, of the original Orisha. Ifa teaches us that in addition to being something out there, the Orisha are also very much in here, in each of us. All this points us to a very close relationship between us and the sentient, energetic entities that we call Orisha. Something took root in Ile-Ife many, many, many millennia ago that is now ready to bear fruit and fulfill its own prophecies. More than once over the past few decades, I have pondered and asked the question, how will the next great social shift take place? So close to the edge, I could feel it. So close to the edge, I could feel it. So I asked, how will the energetic imbalance, the social fragmentation, the environmental devastation be reconciled? Surely the Orisha must be involved. But what does that mean? And then the pieces began to come together. In March 2005, I asked my Babalawo, Chief Adeyela Adele Khan, about verses in the Ifa corpus that speak about the return of the Orisha. I was fishing. I wanted to know, what does Ifa say about this feeling that I'm having inside? There's going to be a return. I felt that. I knew that. What does the Ifa corpus say about that? Baba responded, Alafia Baba Sharif. In answer to your question, Orunmila said in his Odu, Aug2020, the 19th Odu, Aboru Aboye, Ajo Oniti Oba Fi Eren Kun Loruro, Afi Ekun Tula Lojo Ale Adifafun Awun Irun Mole, Nigbati Woni Fe, Ibi Nupada, Losi Ode Orun Ni Tori, Iwa Ibaje Omo Araye. The gathering of liars. If it assembles with laughter in the morning, it will be displeased with tears in the evening. This was the last word of the old man. End of quote from Baba Adele Khan. He went on to say, today you could see what is going on in the world. This is back in 2005. And it is our belief that one day the truth of Orisha will rule the world. Again, that was in 2005. Look at the condition of the world today, 2025. The conditions are even more ripe for the emergence of the isha'ro of the Orisha. So I've been carrying this energy for over 20 years. I found Chief Adelaide Khan's answer informative and encouraging, but I was not satisfied. I was not finished asking. One of my favorite sayings is, the road to wisdom is paved with questions. So I continued asking. On December 12th, 2011, I again raised the question about the return of the Oriire with the Isoro Council. Here is an excerpt from their reply. Quote, "It is very interesting and significant to read the question you asked Oluogbo Adelaide Khan on the issue of the return of the Oriire, and we will explore it further here. Instances abound in the Odus of Ifa about the return of the Orishas into the realm of men. The time and place of return for each Oriire varies according to the message, power, and purpose of that Oriire. According to Odu Ose Oshe Ituwa, Aboru Aboye, Iwa Ibaje Omo Araye, Baleaye, J-O-T-T Ose Sonu, Ile-Ife Ti Rudu, Awon Orisha Keru Odiko Leo Run, Wiwa La Yewa Otito Dele Orunmila, Inuyen Lotito Wa, Aoma Gbeyen Wabi Ewu, Fi Tunle Aye Arayense." Translation: the wickedness of man has turned the world upside down. Truth is lost. The world is in ruins. The Orishas return to Orun. Man shall be seeking for truth all the days of his life, till he gets to the house of Orunmila. Truth is in man. We, the Oriire, shall take up the shape of man to help rebuild his world. Asha'ro. Oh, that is powerful. Now, you know that. That hit me. Now we was getting down to, the question that I'd been carrying for all of those years, for 2 decades. So I'm asking you, are you and I living in that time frame? Did you choose to come into the world at this time so that you could be a part of this process of global transformation? This Odu goes right to the heart of my question and right to the point that I'm hoping that you will get from listening to this lesson. Truth15. The Oriire live within us. The idea of the Oriire returning to the earth, and the idea of fasting and rituals transforming us into the image of the Oriire, point us in the direction of how to navigate, orchestrate, and create a transformative process of personal metamorphosis, social change, and global transformation. It begins with everyone choosing to follow the wisdom of Ifa that resides within each of us and within the very nature of Olofi-dumare's creation. Remember, Ifani Bawowa Yeshishe. Ifa is how the universe works. Ifani Iwati Aye Ifa is the nature of the universe. It's about choosing to live Ifa not as a religion or something imposed from the outside, but as a way of life, as a way of being in the world that emerges from inside, from within the space of heart-mind coherence. Ifa is expansive enough to have space for your other systems of understanding and being in the world. Ifa invites each of us, regardless of other held beliefs, to choose our path going forward with the light of wisdom that Ifa provides through Ifa divination and the sacred odus of Ifa. Yes, the Orisha will and are returning to Earth, to this world, both as sentient energetic entities with presence and power, and as energetic expressions emerging in and from the human processes of consciousness. Isoki, contraction and contrast. Isopo, connection and connectivity. Itelo, expansion and growth. The Ashe Ami, the energy signature of the Orisha, is growing among the people. Even non-devotees are becoming aware of an energetic shift taking place in the world and within themselves, within you, within me. One of my teachers earlier in life said, in the social realm and in the spiritual realm, dissatisfaction brings about change. 30% dissatisfaction will bring about modest and possibly temporary change. 70% dissatisfaction will bring about significant and more permanent change. 100% total dissatisfaction brings about total transformation. The Babalawo and the sociologist in me is gauging the dissatisfaction meter and the corresponding popular social movements changing or calling for change around the world. Ibashe Orisha, homage to Orisha. Ago Orisha, listen Orisha. Aug2020, we call you, we call to you. Itunde, return. How dissatisfied are you with the conditions of this world? Tell me in the comments. Hit me up. Let's communicate. Okay. Your answer leads us to the last of the 16 truths of Ifa, Truth 16. We need have no fear. Who we are and what we are experiencing is much bigger than the ideas lurking in the minds of small, selfish thinkers. Allow the Ashe Ami of the Orisha to express itself through you. Asheo. You have within you great power, and you have access to absolute knowledge, the entire energetic field of divine consciousness. Tap into it Use it. Make a difference in the world. Brothers and sisters, if you appreciate the wisdom that we share on this channel, please help us to expand our reach and grow our audience by subscribing, clicking that like button, leaving your comments and questions below. Remember, always keep it respectful. I love reading your comments. I love responding. I love hearing you say that you're growing and developing and plotting a course for yourself as a result of the wisdom that you're gaining here. Your questions and comments help me to fuel the fire within that burns within me. Clicking on that like button also helps to expand our reach. As I asked before, let's work together to help our YouTube Egbe, our family, our spiritual family grow to maybe 5,000 or more subscribers by this time next year. Let's work together to bring about the good condition. Also, don't forget to please contribute to our GoFundMe campaign for the Ifa Temples and Shrines Restoration Project. A link to it is in this PDF. A link to it is in the description section below and in the updates section on the website. Isha'ro. Thank you again for being a part of this spiritual family. Thank you again for being a part, taking this spiritual journey of transformation along with me. I love and appreciate each of you. Ki Olofi-dumare Orisa ate egun, fifune ni imoi tona imoye ate Oriire. May Olofi-dumare Orisa and Egun bestow on you guidance, wisdom, and abundant blessings. Ifo Kanbale, peace of mind from Olofi-dumare. Ajo-lo, Ajo-bo. We go out together, we return together. Olofi-ate-Ife, peace and love. Ashe, Ashe, Asha'ro.